Hey everyone, Sean with MarineMax Palm Beach, and today we're going to be walking through the Cruiser's Yacht's 50 Cantius. First off the bat, I want to point out that we are on this nice, huge aft platform on the 50 Cantius that's 15 wide, which is what the beam of the boat is, and that this platform is actually dedicated for a tender that you can put on the back here. And when you're not using the tender, that you have it rafted off on the side of your boat, you can actually submerge this platform in the water. We have nice stairs over here that come out that's integrated to the platform. Let's look at it real quick. You can see the platform goes about 1.5 feet in the water, which makes it really easy to load your tender on and off the platform. Like I said before, when you're not using it as a tender platform, you still get that 1 to 1.5 foot depth there that when you're actually sitting at the sandbar on this boat, doesn't feel like you're deep in the water, but it doesn't feel like you're completely out of the water either. It's at a perfect height that makes it nice to sit on those hot summer days. Now, you saw me reach in here for the remote for the platform, but I want to note as well that it has really nice storage for your dock lines, your storage covers, whatever you want, fits perfectly back here. And it's not only on this side, but you have it on the starboard side as well. And you see all that storage right here? You might think, what's in the middle? So at a push of a button, this whole back transom lifts up. Before you know it, you have your dedicated fender storage for 4 fenders right back here. Last but not least, here on the aft transom, we do have our nice Kenyan barbecue grill, which makes it great because it's not inside, it's not outside close to the cabin or the cockpit area. Keeps the smoke, keeps the smell out of the boat for you. And what better way to grill right next to the water? I'd like to appreciate all these metal frameworks that Cruiser's Yachts makes in-house and keeps it nice and safe for the little ones. Moving forward here in the back, we have a nice teak table with the U-shaped seating that makes it really great for those sandbar days, or even when you're cruising down the intercoastal entertaining all your family and friends. On those sunny days that you really have the sun that it gets a little too hot, no wind, no problem. We do have an aft sunshade that extends all the way out with a push button right here. Now, as you can see, I can sit very nicely back here. Shade covers all the way back here on the backrest, so no matter where the sun's at, you're always going to be covered with shade. Me personally, I'm tan enough, so I don't need more sun. And then again, with a pusher button, comes right back in. And next, you'll notice right next to the sunshade switch, we have a joystick out here. What the joystick does for us is, let's say we're docking on the port side, our helm is on the starboard side. Makes it difficult if you're docking on the starboard side to look at your port side. So I really appreciate having the joystick on the port side so that once you're here, you can literally have a full sight of the boat's view right here. You're not bumping into anything, and when you're backing up too, you have clear sights on the back of the boat as well. Now let's move into the engine room. Now we're in the engine room of the 50 Cantius. Like we said before, we have the IPS 700. Now you can see the size of these things, 550 horsepower. Really nice to drive, very efficient. You're gonna be cruising around 25 miles an hour with this boat, topping out at 35 miles an hour. We also have a Kohler generator. That's a 15 kW. More than enough power for this boat. You can run everything on this boat and not worry about power management. So like we've said before, we do have the Seakeeper 6 gyro stabilizer here, which makes this ride even smoother in rougher waters. Or when you're just sitting at the sandbar, maybe there's a no wake zone right next to you, makes it a whole lot more comfortable. We can also appreciate the attention to detail with the wiring and the neatness that Cruisers Yachts gives you, because we all know engine rooms can get really tight, but this one you can have the space to work anywhere and everywhere you want. So earlier I had mentioned entertaining family and friends, and that's what this boat really is all about. It's just Cruisers really did a great job of bringing the inside and the outside together with this nice fold out door that goes all the way out. Now you might think this is gonna bang a little slide, but I want to point this out real quick. The locking mechanism that they have for the door right here to keep it in place, and then easy slide in and out. So while you're underway, you can keep that door open. Now, part of bringing the inside and outside together, we do have this nice window at the bar counter that comes down and really brings everything together. Now this makes it great for entertaining your family and friends. Set up all the cheese boards and everything right here. Bar counter right back here as well. So mix and match on how you want to entertain your family and friends. We do have a nice induction cooktop with 2 burners right here. Fridge below right here. And then we have a dual fridge and freezer combo right here. We have a nice sink countertop right here. And I want to point something out real quick. Let's say we're underway. We don't have the time to take all this off and everything. I really appreciate this cutout right here that you can still use the sink without moving everything around. As you can see, we can use it and it doesn't splatter all over. Like we've mentioned before, the Cruisers 50 Cantius is a really great entertainer with lots of seating everywhere. We have an L-shaped seating sofa right here, and then we do have a U-shaped dining table right here as well with foldable tables that if you didn't need the full table, fold both sides in. Easy access, entry and exit. And then when you do need it, fold this little piece out, both ends, and there you go. Moving up to the helm, this boat is joystick equipped. This 50 Cantius is equipped with a D8 Volvo Penta 550 horsepower IPS 700. So what IPS is a pod system. So with pods, you don't have a rudder. The actual props themselves rotate for you, which makes it very convenient for docking. Anyone that has driven a boat before can get up, drive this boat without the need of a captain. For electronics, we have 2 16-inch Garmins, which is really nice because you can have your chart on one end and then you can keep an eye on your engine data on the other. You'll notice the Seakeeper display right here. This boat is equipped with a Seakeeper 6, which makes it really nice and steady in those rougher waters. All your switching right here, compass lined up straight with your steering wheel here, your spotlight, wireless inductive charger, and your stereo right here. As you can see, we have the joystick right here. So what the joystick does is whenever we want to go sideways, forward, whatever you want to do with the boat, that's exactly what the boat's going to do for you because of those pod driven drives right there. We have our Bennett trim tabs here and your VHF radio. Now let's go down below. So now that we're down below here, I want to take a moment and appreciate how easy accessible all the rooms and all the heads are from this spot right here. We start right off here on the right hand side. We have the bunk beds. That's great for if you have a captain and a crew, or if you have little ones, perfect room for them. They do have a TV in here and lots of storage everywhere and down below. And also you have your main electrical panel right here that controls the whole boat. So we have our 12 volt 24 volt system right here and your 120 or 240 right there. All your main switches and your generator right there. Nice attention to detail with the finishing on the woodwork, and I like that I see all this is metal instead of plastic. Coming forward, this is going to be the VIP guest stateroom, which a lot of people, when they come in here, they think this is the master, but it's not. This is where Cruisers Yachts really maximizes their space for all these boats and does a really phenomenal job. We have a TV in here as well. You have a separate stereo controller just for this cabin that you can control everything, so you can separate all the upstairs, downstairs from everything. And then we do have access to the head right here. So once we come in here, you can access the head from the stairs back there or from the stateroom. That way when you're in the middle of the night, you don't gotta go through like 3 doors, just right here. This is not a wet head, so you do have the toilet and the shower separately. Nice mirror, really nice finishing on the sink and the countertops, and of course vacuum flush heads. Now for the main event, we have the master stateroom. Really nice, spacious, full Beamaster. We have a nice little lounger right here, storage everywhere, TV, and then I call it the his and her side. That's gonna be his side, this is the her side, because all the storage for the makeup's right here. This boat is equipped with a washer dryer combo unit, so it makes those Bahama runs really nice when you have wet clothes, you know, a week away from home. You don't have to worry about scrambling around trying to find a laundromat or anything. You have it right here on board. It is to note that the master has a separate stereo system just like the VIP guest stateroom with really nice quality sound system. So now we're here up at the bow, which is one of my favorite spots of this boat. Obviously we have the lounge chairs and teak tabletop, but before we get to that, want to appreciate one more thing more on the mechanical end. We have a giant anchor, stainless steel anchor, but most importantly, it's all chain, no road. What that does for you is you don't have to let a lot of chain out in order to keep this boat at anchor. So that's a really nice feature. And we have the nice foot pedals right here, so you can control it here or at the helm. We also have our spotlight mounted right in front here. So when you're running at night, easy clear view right there. And then this is my favorite spot. We have the nice loungers as well, teak table. Let's say if you're not using the teak table, you want it out of the way, you fold it right down in here, drop this back, makes it a 3-seater. Emergency escape hatch right there. And one thing, we don't have it installed right now, but this boat does have it. We have the bow sunshade system. If we can look right here, we have the anchor points that these pop out. You slip the pole in, 2 here and 2 back here, and then they easily store right down here. And when not in use, you slip those back in. This is Sean with MarineMax Palm Beach. Come check out this 50 Cantius today.